Hello everybody, my name is David. Thank you for joining me today. This is a question and answer video I do every single Monday. And I want to welcome new viewers, new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. What I'm doing is I'm answering people's questions every single week about emotional abuse and recovery, narcissism, narcissists, other personality disorders, things like this. And I'm answering people's questions from the last Q&A video, which was last Monday. So any questions you guys have, please, everyone, ask me anything you want down in the comments section. And I will answer it in the next Q&A video next Monday. All I ask is please tell me your locations. Please, please, please. And you guys are doing a really, really good job helping me. I've been asking even more so than I usually do. I've been asking you, all of you, to do something you can to try to help me and support what I'm doing. And I'm getting good feedback. I'm getting good results. I think I'm getting a little bit more views and thumbs up. It seems like my videos are being more active and a little bit more recommended. And I hope it's reaching people who need some of the information I'm putting out there and getting the help that they need. So thank you for all of your guys' participation and supporting me by subscribing to my channel and voting up or down and commenting and asking questions and just tell me where you're at. Things like this has been really, really helpful. I get a lot of us are survivors and we're just coming out of very, very toxic, abusive relationships with very, very predatory people. And it seems like a lot of you guys out there are afraid of your exes finding you and finding your comments and questions down on my videos and stuff like this. Just create another channel on YouTube, create another email. And it's really easy. It just takes a second. That's all you got to do. And create whatever name you want. There's no way for people to find you. And it would just help me so much, so much. I'm actually going to read something from somebody, which was so nice. And this, yes, it's really nice to me. It's really nice, really, really nice. But it shows that you guys can help others. And just a little bit of effort really can go a long ways and really help people and save their life. This was by, I don't know your name, but your channel's name is Music Junkie, and you're from California. And he wrote, I was a subscriber to your channel when you first started. I'm now healed and in a healthy marriage. I would like to share an excerpt of an incident that took place many months ago. I was approached by a woman who I thought was either off her medication or having an emotional breakdown. She desperately needed to talk. She seemed traumatized. Stemming from my own past experience, I felt she had fallen victim of insidious narcissistic abuse. I advised her to look you up on YouTube. This morning, I see a familiar face walking toward me and my wife, but I can't place it. She reintroduces herself, and I immediately knew. Her name is simple but not common. She reminds me of the last time our paths crossed and thanks me. She shares the impact you have made on her life. As the woman walks away, it's my wife who comments, she is beautiful and her insides match. I have resubscribed to support what you do. And thank you very much for sharing this. Thank you very much for supporting me. And thank you very much for telling others and helping them out a little bit, pushing them in the direction that they might need, okay? And I'm not claiming that I'm, so good or I know so much. I do have some information that can help people, or I can also push people in the direction that they need to go to get the help they need if I'm not it. Okay? Sometimes it's just a couple of words that can really get a light bulb going on in someone's head and they'll go get the help they need. So thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate that. And that goes to show you guys, that's why I ask, just do a little bit to help my channel or share these videos or just tell people about what's going on that you think might need some help, okay? Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Something I like to do every single week is recommend something to you guys to help you recover, to help you heal, to educate you. Could be a person, another YouTube channel, could be an author and their book. It could be supplements. This week I'm going to recommend vitamin B complex. Pretty simple, but it's something that a friend of mine told me about, vitamin B complex called Easy Melts. And it's a great way to absorb this vitamin. It's just dissolvable tablets that melt away when you put them in your mouth. Vitamin B helps with energy, memory, mood enhancer, helps with your appetite, digestive system, nerve and brain functions. It's vegan. There's no sugar. It's sugar-free, GMO-free, gluten-free, good stuff. They sweeten it. It has a little artificial flavor that they sweeten with stevia. And it's just a really good way to absorb this vitamin B complex. And this is what you guys need so bad if you're having or experiencing post-trauma, CPTSD. You really can benefit from this. I highly recommend you guys take your vitamins, and all your Bs are very necessary. I mean, energy, memory, and mood. that's everything. That's us, isn't it? So I'm going to put a link down below in the description box, and it's Amazon. You can find it anywhere. This brand is called EZ Melts. Letter E, letter Z, Melts. And it is available on Amazon if you're interested. The link is down below in the description box. Thank you. And once again, before we get started, please tell us your locations, everybody. Tell us where you're from. Thank you. First question is from Bonnie. Bonnie says, heal? What's that? And I understand. I'm so sorry, Bonnie, where you're at if you're not healing. I just want to tell you what healing is. And you know, physical healing, right? We heal from pain and traumatized body parts and maybe bleeding, and we need our cuts to heal and wounds to heal. Emotional healing is healing from the pain, right? And it's understanding, okay? So emotion, just like we can't really see emotional abuse, right? We just need to understand it. Very important. And because a lot of this, most of this is about shame and guilt. That's, I believe I did something bad. I feel guilty about it. I feel guilty about doing this to myself. And I feel really ashamed I allowed this to happen. And for the way that this person treated me and all the bad things they told me I am. And a lot of shame, a lot of guilt. And I just call shame misunderstood pain. It doesn't have to hurt. It hurts, and then you understand it, and it goes away. It makes sense. You realize, you take it off of you. You say, that's not me. I'm not a bad person. Somebody just treated me badly. That's all. And it's their problem. I don't have to make it mine anymore. Once I heal from this, now it's just their problem. Okay? So, Bonnie, as soon as you begin to understand this very well, you'll begin to heal. Okay? I promise. And don't believe anything negative or bad, because it's not true, Bonnie. People, all of us, no matter who you are, we're all equal, okay? And we're all trying to be better people and be good people. And really, Bonnie, it's just about accepting yourself. It's about loving yourself. It's about trusting yourself. And it's just hard to do when someone's treated you so badly, okay? So just learn and understand, Bonnie. Take the time, because you're worth it. Thank you. Janice, don't know where you're from. Janice, tell us your locations, people, please. Why does the narcissist need to tear down or get a reaction from you and create a smear campaign out on you? So thank you for your question, Janice. And without, you know, I could go on and on. I swear, almost every person's question I could make a whole video out of. Try to understand, Janice, what emotional dependency is. Okay? Try to realize people with narcissistic personality disorder have never finished developing into adults. They're emotional children. They aren't, just like emotional children, they aren't quite capable of giving themselves what they need emotionally. That's doing it themselves, internally. So they look externally to get what they need. We all need to meet our needs. We're all trying to. Almost all of us are just trying to meet our emotional needs all the time. They're the most important things in our lives. So narcissists are trying to get what they need emotionally, and they're dependent externally, and that's on people. They're completely dependent on people for their emotional needs, their emotions. They have emotions. They can't regulate them. They need you to help them. And so they are very controlling, aren't they? Very controlling. So I need I'm dependent on you, and I'm going to manipulate and lie and control and threaten, intimidate and provoke everything I can to get what I need, to rile your emotions up. I could go with 100 different examples, but say they feel really upset, really worked up, really sad, really depressed, really angry, whatever these really toxic, negative emotions are, they need you to be on the same level as they are. And it's like a transfer. It's like emotional transfer. Once you feel just like they do, they're able to just calm down and walk away. You helped regulate them. They can't do that by themselves. They are dependent on people for this. So they're trying to control you all the time. What is a smear campaign? Smear campaigns controlling the people around you. That's what a smear campaign is. They're trying to control you, and they also will control the people around you. If a sociopath or narcissist can't control you, they will try to control the people around you. That's why it's very common smear campaigns happen after the relationship is over, because they're no longer in control of you anymore. I hope that makes sense. Please keep asking me more questions, Janice. I don't want to spend, 20 minutes on every question, but I have no problem diving more into it if you have more specific questions about that, Janice. Thank you. Don't play into their smear campaign. Tessa, don't know where you're from. Please tell us your locations, everybody. Please tell us where you are at. Thank you. Tessa asks, my narcissist discarded me for the most awful looking females. It's unbelievable, and I was a great supply. He's been gone for 6 months now, and she's scary looking. This is confusing to me. I think because he knows he can't play games with me anymore because I know what he is. Is that true? Narcissists will discard when you catch on? Sure, yeah, very common for them to do that because they have so much shame. That ego, that I'm so big and bad, is really they think they're so small and bad person. So once you find out that they're different than everybody else and there's something wrong with them, that's shame, 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 shame. Something I try to get some people to understand is narcissists have so much shame. They're so ego-driven, and you can break that ego so easily and shame them. Very common for them to feel shame just being in a relationship with you. Narcissists, when they put you up on that pedestal, they might think you're a lot better person than them. They might be envious of some of the things you do and have. They might be, they might feel insecure, not good enough, inferior to you, because maybe you have good family and friends and you have a better job and make more money and whatever. Maybe they feel your status is higher, things that are important to them, and also some of the things that aren't important to them, but society says it's important, like love and stuff like this. So they might just feel ashamed just dating you anyways, all the time. And then they go and date someone who is uglier. And I hate to say that because I don't care about looks. It's that they do. And so we date our own emotional self-worth, and they might feel like you're better than them, and they might feel ashamed around you, and then drop their standards, right? They go date someone who's ugly when that's what's important to them, and you can't figure out why, because they're dependent. The relationship might be over. If you dump them, they might go to someone ugly because that's all that's there. They might dump you because you're shaming them because you know how messed up they are, how sick they are. So you don't feel good anymore. You got to realize why they're with you. It's so important to understand and learn why they're with you. It's not for the same reasons you're with them. They don't care who you are. Easily replaceable. It's just pure like addiction. It's like just a drug. You're just a different drug. He knows he can't play games with you anymore. He can't lie and manipulate and control you anymore. That means he may not be able to get what he needs as well. So it's time to move on to someone new. Yeah, I hope that makes sense, Tessa. Just keep asking more questions, okay? Thank you. Isabela from Costa Rica. Hello, Isabela. My ex-fiance of 4 years discarded me 3 weeks ago for the third time in the past 3 months. I'm sorry. I've now gone no contact 100%, but he has been reaching out to other people that I know, saying things, just trying to manipulate them into getting an answer of my whereabouts. I don't understand this. He discarded me, and in his own words, we are never getting back together. He also said some horrible, hurtful things and called me names. Never heard from him before. But sends me messages like he's worried about me or heard from me since he broke up with me. No one is giving him any information. As a matter of fact, everyone is starting to block him as well. Is this his way of hoovering? I mean, he made it clear he was finished with me. I can't help but think his concern for me is all fake. Is this a normal reaction from a narcissist after discard? Well, who cares what's normal? They'll do all kinds of different things, Isabella. But back to what I was telling the last person about how emotionally dependent they are, for one. So they need you. They feel they need you. It's in their heads. Codependency is all in our head. But they feel like they're dependent on you. The real question is, why are they breaking up with you? So we know that they're dependent on you, and it's an addiction, and when they go away, they want to come back. Why do they get sick of you, and then they want to come back? It's just somebody that quits this addiction and realizes this addiction is bad for me, and when, you know, now I've been doing this one drug for so long, it really doesn't feel good anymore. It's all bad now, and I get rid of it. But once I'm off it for a couple days, I'm dependent of it, and I go and I do it again, and then I'm ashamed of myself, and it's just a bad, vicious cycle. We're talking about impulsivity. What's impulsivity? Emotional instability. What's emotional instability? The best way I can explain it to people is we must process emotions. Our body's doing something, that's an emotion. We got to figure out what it is, and we got to express it. If we block and ignore emotions, they stay open. We must process them. Open them, shut them. Open them and shut them. Right? So maybe this morning, I stubbed my toe and I got angry. Right? So I'm already starting the day off with angry, but I've been taught to ignore that emotion. And I'm not allowed to express anger because my wife gets scared of it and my kids don't like it. I'm used to expressing anger by hitting stuff. But so that's not good. So I'll just keep it to myself. Right? And then I'm worried. Within the first hour of being awake, because I know at the end of the day I have to talk to my boss. My boss said he wants to talk to me, but I don't know what about yet, so I'm worried and I'm scared. So I just try to ignore it. I don't tell myself anything. I don't make myself feel better. I just start concentrating and focusing on it and focusing on it and focusing on it, worrying and scared until finally it starts making me anxious. Right? And so this anxiety sucks, so I just try to ignore it, and maybe I'll have a drink some alcohol, right? Instead of ask myself, why am I anxious? Why am I worried? Oh, it's because of my boss. What can I do about it? Well, you're doing good at work, and just make sure you show up on time, and you're just taking care of it already. There's nothing else you can do about it. Throw it out. Why worry about it? You've been doing a good job. For 10 years you've worked there, and they've never had a problem with you. What are you tripping? Calm yourself down. And so instead of doing that and closing my emotions, I'm leaving them open, going, oh, that's scary. Oh, don't think about that. Oh, take a drink. Because alcohol is all external. We need to do it internally, right? So now I go throughout the day and we can, right? I can just write down all kinds of emotions that we had all day. And I'm not processing them so they stay open. So now you have the person who doesn't regulate and process emotion, has a whole list of emotions by the end of the day. And then you have the person that processes and regulates their emotion, and they open and close, open and close, and open and close. And by the end of the day, this person over here is a little stressed, a little happy, and tired. While this person has 15 emotions going on. Okay? And that doesn't feel good. It feels unstable, and I need to fix it. How do I fix it? I got to fix it now. I don't know. I'm not thinking clearly. Just fix it. I'm not used to doing it inside, so I'm used to doing it outside. And so I break up with you, and I go cheat on you, and I flirt with this girl, and I take a drink here, and I do some drugs. And it's just, I hope that makes sense. I hope you understand a little bit why this is happening. Real emotionally unstable, real impulsivity, right? That's it. I mean, this person obviously doesn't know how to do things internally, and he's dependent on you. In other words, he says, how I feel depends on what you do, Isabela. You need to do this, Isabela, or I will feel this way. That's emotional dependency or codependency, right? That's what that is. Hope that makes sense. Learn about dependency and instability and impulsivity. Steve from Weldon Spring. Hello, Steve. Why are narcissists so secretive? Mine never invited me to do anything with her friends. Also would never friend me on Facebook. Man, that is so common. I've just heard that so many times. And I don't know your girlfriend, okay? And I don't know what she's thinking or why she does what she does. And I'm not going to claim to. I can tell you, I'll just tell you what I think. Because I've seen it so many times. It's so common. And I think we have a lot of things. We have fear of commitment, which is like fear of abandonment. If I don't commit, I don't be scared of abandoning. We have shame. I'm not good enough. We have real secretive cheating, right? I want to leave all my options open. I'm single. I have to look available all the time. Here is somebody that is so dependent on people that she wants to meet people all day long. New people, new people, new people. Probably, I imagine, really processes friends, right? Cycles through people really fast, Could be ashamed of you. And Steve, it doesn't have to be anything wrong with you at all. It's people that are so insecure. They can't even have a partner like walking around with them or hold hands because they're so afraid. They're already so afraid of you judging them and what everybody thinks of them. Now it's times two. There's another person. Now you're going to judge them with this person too. Just like when we were kids, all of us at some age, we're embarrassed of our parents, right? We don't want to have parents. They're so old, they're overweight. They're just dorks, and it's kind of like that, right? That's how I think. So there's all kinds of things going on here, right? Fear of commitment, fear of abandonment, my own shame, what makes me feel like I'm not even worthy of dating you, and I don't even know if we're dating. This person might be so anxious and unsure all the time. They don't even know if you're dating or not, and you're like, why in the hell would you think that? Of course we're dating, and they're like, oh, I don't know. Or they're just literally keeping options open and available all the time. I mean, just manipulators, predators, stuff like this. They have people on the back burner that are ready. They have suitors ready to step up. And you'll see them. I see, men and women. I always want to pick one, and then it doesn't matter. Men and women. They'll be married, or they'll have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and they'll have so many other people ready to step up in their place. And they'll just keep them on the back burners. They'll keep them on ice. Right? They'll tell them about all their problems they have all the time. And we're just about to break up. Any minute now. Any day now. Oh, this is the last day. I'm sure we're going to break up this time. And then they fight with you and say, oh, no, what are you doing? No, we're going to go get married. We're going to stay married. It's just BS. And it's just emotional dependency. It's the borderline woman that is married and has 4 guy friends and 2 secret guys that she's telling she's going to get a divorce. And I mean, it's just a mess. And that is awful. And that just creates so much shame for you, doesn't it, Steve? When your own girlfriend won't even face you on Facebook. Yeah, that's just gross. Social media becomes more important than your relationship. Thank you. Jill from small town Colorado. I'm a bit put off with the idea that what narcissists do is somehow okay because they do what they do to their supply is a need for them to survive. Mine knew exactly what he was doing and he found joy in it. We were in counseling. He knows he does not have to do these destructive actions. And above all, he does not have to be deceitful. Your words have helped me so much. Please keep going. Thank you very much, Jill. And I want to be 100% perfectly clear right now. when I correct you and tell you that it is not okay. And you may not really feel that. That's just what you typed, but that's what you typed. You don't have to go back and look, but you said you're a bit put off, and I would be too. The idea that narcissists, what they do is somehow okay because what they do is a need for them to survive. I don't care. It's not okay, right? It's not okay at all, Jill. And what I'm trying to say is, yes, I understand that you're in counseling and he's laughing, you know, as if the thing is, though, Jill, is he can't be healthy. And that's what I want you to really understand, and other people. Even though he's laughing at his bad behavior, he can't be good. He can fake it, but it doesn't serve him. There's no reason. We're good so that we get along and happy and have emotional connection and grow together. They don't want that. That's not important to them. So they're not going to do it, and they can't even if they try. Only for so long. You can't fake healthy forever, and it doesn't benefit him. He doesn't want to. This needed to be over the second he's laughing at you in counseling and shit like, oh my God, that's awful. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's horrible. But and I know what you mean. Like I explained, because I explained it. I have many times. I explained this as, if you're not sure what narcissists are doing, that's what we're always trying to figure out, right? So many of these narcissist videos is about, what are they doing? Why? They're trying to meet emotional needs, period. Emotional needs. People call it supply, energy, fuel. No, it's emotional needs. We all have emotional needs. We're all trying to meet our emotional needs. It's just a lot of us do it in such unhealthy ways. Most of us are people pleasers. Narcissists are lying manipulators. That's how they meet their needs. They were taught to do that since childhood. They don't know how to do it in a healthy way. And if they tell them how to do it in a healthy way, they aren't interested. It's too hard. It doesn't make sense. They feel too ashamed. They can't be vulnerable. They're too scared. They don't care. It's not okay. Abuse is not okay. Period. So I hope that helps you. I don't think you really think that, probably, but I gotta just, you know, I gotta say it. Okay. Thank you. And I'm going to stop part 1 here. Please help me, guys. Subscribe to my channel. Vote up, down. Write a comment. Write a question. Tell me where you're at. Say hello. You know, post this on other social media. Share it. Put it in a playlist. Damar's coaching, Q&As, whatever you want to do. Thank you for all the help and support that all of you do. We need every one of you. Thank you. I'll see you in part 2. Love yourself first. Bye.